Yeah.
Oh, what happened? Stop playing the song?
Ladies, hello.
Stop playing the song?
What'd you say?
Stop playing the song?
Who's smoking?
Yeah,
Who's smoking? Yo, TJ.
What's up? Who the main?
Yo, this a B&B. You can't smoke in here. This shit don't go off.
Oh, this shit.
Yeah. I appreciate you though. But yeah.
Yo, tell
Yo, bro. Yo, you can't smoke in here. This shit don't go off. Like, please. I appreciate you.
Y'all to the back. Backyard.
Like there's a backyard.
Oh,
I appreciate y'all.
Where you going?
No, I'm gonna go through.
Where Uncle?
It's in the back. Can you show them?
No.
Are they different?
I'm gonna tell you.
Alright.
Okay, so apparently this young man invited rappers to his podcast and they started to smoke. And he's like, hey, look, it's an Airbnb. And because it's an Airbnb, the smoke detectors are going to start going off. So just go outside so that it doesn't start going off. Now, for me, it's a couple of things going on here, right? Because I feel like both sides need to do better. What do I mean by that? This young man needs to do better because if you're going to invite rappers to your podcast, right? These are high caliber people, whether we want to say, people are equal, so it shouldn't really matter, blah, blah, blah. These people are high caliber people, right? And when you invite people to your show, to your podcast or whatever, you're kind of in some way responsible for catering to them and making them feel comfortable enough to open up and to chillax and create an environment where they feel comfortable. You're like, if you're a good podcaster, a good interviewer, your job is to make that person that you're sitting with, hanging out with, whatever, streaming with, whatever you're doing, to make them feel comfortable in the environment that you've created, right? Now, if you know that you're inviting rappers over, like, it's like, what's that podcast called? With Nori and them? Dream Champs, right? Dream Champs, whatever, Drink Champs, whatever it's called. They throw their liquor back and they smoke and they know their target audience, right? So you know your target audience, you know who's coming to you, you know how they get down. So you set the scene up for them. You set you have the platter ready for them. You have, once you're inviting someone to your space, and you want it to go well, know that person, especially when they're a celebrity. Know that person, be able to cater to that person. Are they into cigars? Are they into cigarettes? Are they into blunts? Are they into wine? What are they into? Are they into food? What are their favorite things? What are their favorite colors? Like, what are they looking for in the environment? Are they a sunny type of person? Are they like a dark person? Like, you have to know this person so you can create that environment and give them that once in a lifetime experience. Like, oh, I went on this person's podcast and it was dope, right? Now, on the other hand, sometimes as celebrities, they do need to humble themselves and understand that, okay, you went into someone else's house. It wasn't as, I wouldn't say welcoming, because I feel like they were welcomed. It wasn't as laid back as we would have perhaps wanted it to be. So even though it wasn't as laid back as we may have wanted it to be, what do? Do we just up and leave because we feel like, oh, well, we're better than this or whatever? Or do we just sit back and abide by the rules that are set before us? Because at the end of the day, had these rappers gone to some white man's studio, right, out in New York City, and there was no smoking signs up and they weren't allowed to smoke in somebody's studio or interview or what are those stations, those stations that they have. If it was one of those, then you wouldn't have been able to smoke. You know what I mean? So would you just up and leave, or would you curtail what your habits are to fit the environment that you're in, So both parties could have bended in that situation, but they're men, they have egos. So it's he's standing down, he's putting it down, like, look, I don't want the smoke detectors to go off. So, and it's like an ego thing. Like, I asked you to do something once, so let me have to ask you to do it twice and 3 times and 4 times. You know what I mean? And the other side, the rappers' egos, they're like, what? I'm leaving. Like, I'm out. What the fuck is you talking about, nigga? That's their response. You know what I mean? When they did leave, that's the energy that I'm getting from their response. response. You know, like, I don't gotta be here. I don't gotta stay here. See that smoke or I go, nigga. Like, you know, it's like that energy they're giving off. And it's just like somebody could have folded in that situation and in that arena just to allow the podcast to go on. But people will be people.